Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you. This is Ashwin Ramani, your research analyst at SBI Securities. I hope I'm audible and I hope you all are able to see my screen. If you all can give me a heads up in the chat box. अगर मेरी आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, स्क्रीन दिखाई दे रहा है तो आप मुझे एक बार चैट बॉक्स में कमेंट करके बता सकते हो, so that I know you all are with me live in the session. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes because I see that people are joining in. And if you are live, if you are able to hear me, do let me know in the chat box. Jawar ji, good morning, good afternoon. Discuss karenge surely. We'll talk about Bank Nifty as well. Uh, Praveen ji saying live. Okay, perfect, great. Samuel Kushar, Nifty support. We'll talk about all the indices. We'll talk about Nifty, Bank Nifty, Sensex. We'll discuss the key levels. Sanjay ji is saying hi, good afternoon to you, Sanjay ji, Rakesh ji, namaskar, aapko bhi. Okay, uh, great. So I see that people have joined in. So let us start off with the mid-market session today. Ganeshwar ji, Karan ji, good afternoon. So before we start, so guys, beware of the impersonation scams. So there are some fake individuals, WhatsApp groups, and websites that are misusing SBI Securities brand name. So don't fall for any of such impersonation scams. Look for communications that comes only from the verified handles of SBI Securities and stay vigilant. Don't give out any of your personal information or OTPs and trust communication only from SBI Securities. And in case if you come across any of such impersonation scams, please contact our official help desk at 6854 Okay. Now let us start off with an update on the global markets first. So yesterday the US markets were closed on account of Thanksgiving. So closed 0.67% higher. S&P 500 closed 0.69% higher, and Nasdaq also closed around 0.82% higher. So this was on Wednesday. If you look at the Dow futures, so Dow futures is up 0.11%. So it's indicating a slight positive start to the US markets today. If we look at the European markets, so Germany closed around 0.18% higher. London closed around 0.02% higher. And France also closed 0.04%. So relatively a flat close for the European markets. Even the Euro Stoxx 50 closed around 4 points. So Europe markets had a flat positive close yesterday. But if you look at the Asian markets, Nikkei is up 0.17%. So there is some profit booking that we are seeing in the Hang Seng Index that is down around 0.2%. Chinese markets is up 0.34%. Again, some profit booking that we are seeing in the Kospi's index, which is down 1.5%. So that's the worst performing Asian index at the current juncture. If we look at Nifty is up 0.08%. While Sensex is up 0.10%. So again, we have having relatively flat movement in our markets. तो अगर आप निफ्टी सेंसेक्स देखेंगे पोस्ट हिटिंग द ऑल टाइम हाई yesterday we saw some profit bookings at the higher levels, and today relatively again we are flat. We are still below the all time highs, and the intraday movement has been relatively sideways since the start of the day today. If we look at the macro indicators, if we look at the dollar index, so dollar index post hitting the 100.3 mark, it found resistance there, and the dollar index started to move down. So any move above 100.3, 100.5, that can create some pressure in our markets. But as long as the dollar index stays below 100.3, 100, chances are that the dollar index can go down. Talking about the US government bonds 10-year yields, so there are some news that is going around in the market saying that Fed might go for an interest rate cut. But again, we'll have to wait and watch as to what the Fed decides, whether I think they'll take a call based on the inflation print in the US. But I think yields going down, it's a good sign because that will lead to some flows moving back to emerging markets like us. So any fall in the US government bonds 10-year yields, it's a positive sign. So as long as it stays below the 4.1% mark, chances are that it's going to be good for the our markets. If you look at dollar by rupee, so again dollar again looks like it's strengthening against the rupee again post the sharp the profit booking. I mean post the dip that we saw on the 24th of November. Right now it's at again 89.43, still at the elevated levels. I think any move above 89.590 that can, I think, put pressure on our markets. So we want a dollar to weaken and rupee to strengthen, but it seems like dollar by rupee is in an uptrend. And ideally, we want dollar to fall towards 88, 87 levels. I think that is the level which is the sweet spot for us. But I think any move above 90, 91, in that case, there will be some kind of pressure that will be seen in the markets. If you look at the crude oil prices, so post taking support from around 60, $62 a barrel, there is a mild bounce that we've seen in the crude oil prices. So again, $60 barrel on the downside, that level is likely to act as a strong support for crude oil. As long so you can see the trend is down for crude oil. So again, that is a good sign for us, considering we are an oil importing nation. And as long as it stays below 65, $66 a barrel, nothing much to worry on the oil front. One positive trigger is the volatility has cooled off significantly. So you can see post closing above the 200-day EMA on the 21st of November, we could gradually see the volatility cooling off, and it is now it's trading below all the key moving averages, and right now it's at 11.23. So I think today it's down around 4.6%. So volatility cooling off again, that gives a lot of comfort to the bulls. It's just that we are consolidating. I feel just around the highs, there is some kind of hesitancy to keep that momentum on the upside. But I think once we again take out the yesterday's high, I feel we might see a fresh leg of rally on the upside. If you look at silver prices, so silver prices again has started to move higher. It is moving closer to its previous resistance of $54 an ounce. So silver again, there was some profit booking in silver post Dhanteras, and I think the uptrend has kind of resumed again in silver. If we look at gold, so gold again slightly it's moving up, but it's slightly underperforming silver. But nevertheless, it's still above its short-term moving averages, and the immediate support for gold is at $4,050 an ounce. And I think once it takes out $4,250 an ounce, it can move towards $4,400 an ounce in the short term. If we look at the FII positioning now, so post 2 days of buying of roughly 5,560 crores. So the FIIs were net sellers in the cash market yesterday. So they sold around 1,255 crores in the cash market. And but despite selling in the cash market, there was some mild improvement in the long short ratio. Because the net index futures contracts dropped from 90,000 to 87,000, due to which the long short ratio improved marginally from 17.19% to 18.5%. So we could see from the 14th of November, wherein the lowest point was around 11.18%. We could see gradually the shorts are getting covered by the FIIs. From 11, we moved to 12. From 12, we moved to 14. From 14, we moved to 17. And now we have come to 18.5. So nevertheless, with the Nifty hitting all-time high yesterday, we could also see gradual covering of shorts, if not sharp short covering. But there has been a gradual short covering that is seen by the FIIs. And hopefully this trend should improve. So the more shorts that are covered by the FIIs, and I think once it takes out the all-time high, chances are that Nifty, Sensex, I think both the indices can move up higher. If we look at Nifty today, so this is the intraday chart for Nifty. So this was the first candle. So that is what we've been discussing. So if you can see, today's high is around 26,280, which was the previous all-time high, near about, which was 26,277. So near about that range, Nifty took resistance. But overall, if you see the intraday movement, it is quite choppy. So if I have to pick out the support and resistance, I would probably consider this high as my resistance and the day's low as my support. So as long as it stays within this range, chances are that Nifty might remain sideways. For Nifty to move up higher, important resistance is at 26,280. I think once it takes out 26,280 on the upside, then I think we can see a retest of the previous high that was made yesterday. That is around 350 levels. While on the downside, if Nifty takes out the day's low, which is at 26,175, so that's an important support level for Nifty. I think any move below 26,275, that can lead to some more profit booking, and I think that can drag the prices towards again 26,100, 26,050 on the downside. But on the upside, for Nifty to continue its up move, I think it needs a breakout about 26,280. And if we look at the daily chart, this is what has happened post the strong bounce that we saw on the 26th of November. You can see there are some indecision candles. So yesterday again there was a candle with high, the minor upper shadows, lower shadows. Again, there is a thin body candle which is formed today. So that clearly shows that there is a lack of dominance from either the bulls or the bears. Usually it's a good sign. So whenever resistance may you could see consolidating with no major drop, it just indicates that the market is just preparing itself for the next up move ahead. So usually after a breakout, it's consolidating near the highs. And I think once we get a follow through above this high, or high chances are that we can move higher. If you look at Sensex, so Sensex again pretty much there is similar story in Sensex as well. So Sensex again majorly has been consolidating with around 85,970, 86,000. So 86,000 is a strong resistance for Sensex. I think Sensex can move up higher once 86,000 is taken out on the upside. While on the downside, the day's low, which is at 85,570, 85,550. So that level is likely to act as a strong support for Sensex. I think any move below 85,580 can lead to Sensex moving down towards 85,200. But on the upside, once it takes out 86,000, chances are that it can move higher. But having said that, the trend is still positive. It's not that we'll see some a big drop or a significant amount of profit booking at the current levels. The overall structure has improved. It's just that for the last 2 days, we are consolidating in a range. It's just a matter of getting that follow through move. I think once we get that, probably looks like we might end up sideways today. But hopefully, as we start with the December month on Monday, looks like we might see Nifty probably hitting another high in the next week or so. If we look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty again has been consolidating today as well. So yesterday again, post hitting the high, it kind of consolidated. We could see a drop, and I think post then it was consolidating. And again, since the market open, even Bank Nifty has been consolidating today. So whether you look at Nifty, you look at Bank Nifty, or you look at Sensex, all the three indices are kind of consolidating in a range with no directional cues on either side. So for Bank Nifty, there is an important support, 59,600. That level is likely to act as a strong support for Bank Nifty. You could see Bank Nifty taking multiple supports from this level and moving up. So 59,600, 59,630, that's a strong support for Bank Nifty. On the upside, again, yesterday it found a resistance around 59,870, 59,900. So I think once Bank Nifty takes out 59,900 on the upside, then chances are that we can see 6,200, even 6,500 in the short term. So Bank Nifty is the trend is positive, and even if we look at Bank Nifty, so Bank Nifty, it was in a consolidation phase. It broke out. After breaking out again, it went into a consolidation phase. Then again it broke out, and again it has gone into a consolidation phase here. So अगर आप Bank Nifty देखोगे breakout, consolidation breakout, again consolidation. So I think once we move above 59,900, 60,000, chances are that Bank Nifty can continue to move up higher with around 59,600, 59,630 acting as a strong support for the stock. If you look at the heat map, so heat map again, if you look at the stocks that are doing well, so there are a handful of stocks that are over a range of 1%, 1.5%. So Mahindra, it's up 1.9%. Sun Pharma is up 0.88%. Kotak is doing well. Adani Ports 1.3%. Adani Enterprise is up 2.8%. If you look at stocks that are relatively positive, so Reliance, Bajaj Finance, Hindustan Unilever, a couple of names in the metal space. But overall, there is no sector support for the Nifty today. You can see even the BFSI is flat. IT is also relatively flat today. Reliance is kind of, you can say it's holding up. Nifty, it's up 0.47%. Mahindra and Mahindra auto counters are also quite, with Mahindra nearly up around 2%. FMCG is seeing some profit booking, barring Hindustan Unilever, which is up 0.46%. Pharma looks good. So pharma is probably one of the strongest sectors for the day. Sun Pharma is up 0.88%. And Adani Enterprise is up 2.8%. Adani Ports 1.36%. So it's probably the Adani twins that are the top gainers in the Nifty 50 pack. Now, one interesting observation is, so you could see that even if you look at mid cap 100, guys, agar हम mid cap 100 देखे, just a second. So even if you look at Nifty mid cap 100, where is Nifty mid cap 100? So even Nifty mid cap 100, it saw all-time high. So there is some outperformance in the mid cap space as well. Large caps, we know Nifty being, Nifty hitting the all-time highs. Large caps, especially the top 10 to 12 stocks, have been the major contributors of this Nifty rally. But there is one market cap, one segment of the market that has relatively underperformed. That is your small cap space. So if you are portfolio, despite if you are wondering, Nifty is at the all-time highs and your portfolio is still not recovered, that could be probably due to the fact that your portfolio might have been tilted towards a large small cap and mid cap counters. But if you look at small cap, so small cap is still way below its all-time highs. The all-time highs are in the range of 19,720, and small cap index is at 17,800. So that is roughly around 2,000 points away from its all-time high. Which clearly shows that the small cap index is underperforming. And even if you look at the ratio chart of small cap 100 by Nifty, we can see that it recently it broke the horizontal trend line support, and the ratio line has started to move down. That itself indicates that small cap is underperforming the Nifty index. But having said that, where large caps are doing well, some pockets of mid caps are doing well. But if you look at the seasonality trend for small caps, so this is the screenshot that is taken from Bloomberg. Now look at the month of December, guys. Now December historically has been very good for the broader markets like your mid and small cap. So if you see, this is, so we can see the performance of small cap index in the month of December, right from 2005 until 2024. So you could see that for the month of December, the average gain for the small cap index has been around 3.7%. And it has only closed in red for last 3 out of the last 20 years. So it closed in red in 2022. Then again, it closed around 1% lower in 2016, and it closed around 9.6% lower in 2012. So if you see currently, with the fact that small cap index is underperforming and it is holding up near its 200-day EMA, but December historically has been a good month for the small cap index. So if we get any strong follow through move in the small cap counters, high chances are that even small cap can start outperforming as we start with the December month. And even if you look at mid cap also has been December has been a good month for mid cap as well. The average gain in the month of December has been around 3.15%. Mid cap has closed in negative in 4 out of the last 20 years, with negative closing in 2022, then another negative closing in 2019, then another in 2016, and then around 7.9% in 2011 and 0.56% in 2010. So if you see, apart from that, the other years, the gain has been very good, around 7%, 2%, 5%, 6%. So looks like December can be a good month for the broader market. So that is something that we'll wait and watch. Now, talking about the key stocks to watch and the key sectors that are in focus. The first sector, that is relatively doing well compared to the other sectors is your auto index. तो अगर हम ऑटो बाय निफ्टी का रेशियो चार्ट देखें, the line is kind of consolidating. This is a candlestick chart, but we can also do a line chart here. So despite the ratio line kind of consolidating here, still auto sector is one sector that has shown resilience in the last couple of months. There are some pockets of the auto space that are doing well. One is Mahindra and Mahindra. So अगर हम Mahindra and Mahindra की बात करें, so Mahindra again, last 2 days it was hovering around its 20-day EMA, and today there is a sharp follow through move that is seen in the counter. And there is one resistance for Mahindra around 3,775, 3,780. And I think once 3,780 gets taken out on the upside, chances are that this Mahindra and Mahindra can do well. I think 3,780, once it takes out, it can definitely move higher. RSI is also inching towards the 60 mark, and MACD is on the verge of crossing over the signal line as well. Apart from that, another counter is TVS Motors. So TVS Motors, it gave a breakout of this consolidation phase on the 26th of November, and since then it has given 2 days of sideways movement, pretty similar to what we have seen in Nifty. We had a sharp, big, sizable bullish candle, and since then it went into a consolidation phase. And I think any follow through move above 3,560, 3,570 can take the price higher towards 3,700 in the short term, with around 3,450. 3,460 acting as a strong support for TVS Motors. Apart from that, another counter that is doing well or can do well probably is your healthcare space. So अगर हम healthcare की बात करूँ, one name that is doing well in the healthcare space is Laurus Labs. Today also it's up around 2.5%, and Laurus Labs also it came near its 20-day EMA. It took strong support. So this 20-day EMA acted as a dynamic support zone for the stock, and the price has kind of moved higher. It's at around 1,028. So any follow through move above 1,035, 1,040, that can take the price of Laurus Labs even higher, with around 975, 980 acting as a strong support for the stock. Apart from that, another name from the healthcare and pharma space is Lupin. So Lupin ki baat kare, so Lupin again, it saw some profit booking where the price dropped close to its 50 EMA, and from there on we saw some recovery in the last 3-4 trading sessions, and again it has breached the previous high, which is a good sign. So I think any move above 2,075, 2,080, if we get a strong close about 2,080, chances are that we can see Lupin moving towards 2,120, 2,150 levels in the short term. Apart from that, another sector that has higher chances of doing well is your infra space. So अगर मैं infra space की बात करूँ, a couple of names from the infra space. One is Adani Ports. So Adani Ports is looking very strong. So Adani Ports, there was a resistance for Adani Ports around 1,490. Then we got a breakout, and then we saw some minor profit booking in Adani Ports. Then it took support from its 20-day EMA. So even if you see here also it took support from its 20-day EMA. Earlier, this 50 EMA acted as a strong support. Prior to that, you can see a couple of times the price has respected the 50-day EMA on the downside, and we can see some strong follow-through move in the counter. So if Adani Ports is able to sustain above 1520, 1525, then chances are that we can expect Adani Ports to move up higher with around 1490, 1495 acting as a strong support for the stock. Another stock from the infra space that looks good is Cummins India. So if you look at Cummins, so Cummins also has been holding on to its 20-day EMA. And again, there is some steady traction that is seen building up in Cummins. So I think if it gives a strong close above, let's say 4,455, 4,460, then chances are that Cummins India can move up higher. The overall trend is positive with the price moving in a higher high, higher low formation. And the immediate support for Cummins will be at 4,315. I think any sustained move above the current levels that can push the price higher. Maybe we can see 4,500, 4,550 levels in the short term. Apart from that, a couple of names. One is Bellrise. So Bellrise again, morning was a very good session for Bellrise Industries, where we could see some profit bookings at the higher levels. But having said that, the overall trend looks positive with the price trading above its 20-day EMA. There was some pressure in Bellrise recently wherein it dropped below its 50-day EMA here. But I think it has kind of respected its 50-day EMA, and thereon we have seen a strong rebound. And of late, it has taken support from its 20-day EMA. The RSI is well above the 60 mark. The ADX seems to be in a rising mode, which is a positive sign. And I think if Bellrise manages to close above 168, 170, then chances are that we can expect Bellrise moving towards 175, 180 levels in the short term. And the last stock that I want to discuss today is LTF. So LTF again, it gave a flag and pole breakout on the 26th of November. So this was a pole and this is the flag. And post breaking out of this flag and pole pattern, again it is kind of showing some signs of sideways movement here. Any strong follow through candle, as long as it holds 298 300 levels, we can expect L&T Finance to keep moving higher from the current levels. So that's all from today's Bit Market session. I hope it was informative. And if you have any queries, any doubts, do let me know in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer them. Anubhav ji is saying some small cap picks. Okay, so let me see if we have any small cap picks here. Lotus Labs is one good stock that looks good from the small cap space. Apart from that, let me see. So one is Lotus Labs. IIFL, I would have said, but I think that has kind of run up a lot. I think Nuvama is also probably one stock that looks good based on the charts. So Lotus Labs, you have Nuvama. Let me see other stocks. Just a second. Zensar Tech is showing some signs of recovery. So around 69,700 is a strong support. I think if it closes above 745, 750, I think even Zensar Tech looks good. So these three stocks are looking good here. Let me see if I can find any other stocks. These are all stocks that are in a downtrend. Just a second. So for now, I can see that there are three stocks. So Lotus Labs, Zensar Tech, Nuvama, these are some small cap stocks, that are looking positive on the daily chart here. Madhaji is asking for Motherson. So मैं अगर Motherson की बात करूँ, Motherson is good. I think you can continue to hold with around 112, 113 as your support. VDL is also good. So VDL is trading near its resistance. So I think any strong close above 530, 535, that can also push the price higher. with around 510, 515 acting as a strong support for Vedanta. Adani Enterprise. Avoid Adani Enterprise for now. I think the structure is slightly weaker, so I think you can avoid Adani Enterprise. सुरेंद्र जी इज आस्किंग फॉर केपीआईएल केपीआईएल अगेन थोड़ा सा मोमेंटम नहीं है स्टॉक में आई थिंक 1190 is a strong support. So if Kalpataru is able to hold on to 1190 and if we see any reversal signs around this level, chances are that KPIL can move up higher. So avoid fresh entry for now. Maybe it needs to go above 1240, 1250. But on the downside, around 1190 is likely to act as a strong support. Yes, Varorji, bell rise is good. I think once you get a strong breakout above 170, chances are that bell rise can keep moving higher. MTAR Technologies, MTAR, right now we need some strong reversal signs. For now, 2460 is likely to act as a support. Data pattern, see defense counters में थोड़ा सा recovery अभी तक आना बाकी है, so I think we still need to wait and watch in the defense space. Even data patterns, if you see, the movement has not that been great. It's relatively been trading flat here. So for now, around 2920, 2930, that is likely to act as support for the stock. And which was the last stock? GRSC. So if I look at GRSC, same. So no momentum in this counter. We need to get a breakout about 2970. I think once we get that, GRSC can move up. So right now around 2700 is where the support is. So avoid all the three names currently is what I would say. BHEL, you can continue to hold. I think it's slightly slow moving, but the overall trend is still positive. Manoj, maybe around 278, 280 का SL रख के आप hold कर सकते हो. Ramnik ji is asking for Orient Cement. Avoid Orient Cement, Ramnik ji, because ये downtrend में है. There are no signs of reversal yet, so I think it's better to avoid this stock. Gale slipped 6%. Market was pricing in a stronger tariff adjustment. Yeah, I think Gale was down around. I think it has broken below its key trendline support as well. I think maybe you can add once this gap gets. I think if it goes above 175, 178, I think it can fill the gap until 182. But at least it needs to move, give a close above 178. I think once you get a close above 178, maybe then you can look to average this stock. But I feel on the downside, probably the next major support for Gale is at 165, 167. Indian Hotel, see, in the tourism space, and there is some steady pullback that we are seeing in Indian hotels. But I feel an important level for Indian hotels will be this high around 750, 755. That's an important point. I think once Indian hotel is able to sustain above 755, then chances are that we can see pullback extending towards 785, 800 levels. Yeah, definitely, Manoj. So in zinc, these are all good proxy to your silver prices. If I look at GMDC again, भले ही थोड़ा सा एक pullback दिखा है, it doesn't look very strong. But I feel it needs to go above. Probably wait for. I think it might correct towards 520, 515 looks like. And wait for that second tick. अगर GMDC में अगर second tick मिलता है, this is just the first tick. Wait for a correction and wait for that second tick. I think once you get that, then chances are that even GMDC can do well. I think it's the same for National Aluminium as well. मतलब इतना strong momentum नहीं है stock में, though the stock is in an uptrend, but there is a lack of strong momentum in the stock. So around 248, 249, that's a strong support. I think it needs to move about 270, 275. I think once we get that, then chances are that the stock can move higher. So that's the level to watch out in National Aluminium. Let me look at BSC. So if I look at BSC, so BSC again, see the overall trend is positive. It's just that there is no strong momentum in this counter. But I think if you're holding, you can keep your support around 2,800. So the previous swing low is where your support is placed for the stock. NTPC green. Oh wow, we have got it at a very good price. 100, अच्छा 119 में लिया आपने. आई थिंक सॉरी आई रेड इट रॉन्गली. सी डाउन ट्रेंड में ही है फिलहाल के लिए. आई वुड से सी इफ इट ब्रेक्स आउट 90 93 92 अगर नीचे चला जाता है तो इट्स बेटर टू एग्जिट बिकॉज ओवरऑल ट्रेंड डाउन है. एंड अगर वो 92 भी ब्रेक करता है देन इट कैन मूव टुवर्ड्स 88 फॉलोड बाय 85. सो इट्स बेटर टू अवॉइड एनटीपीसी ग्रीन. कीप अ टाइट स्टॉप लॉस अराउंड 92 93. उसके नीचे जाता है तो इट्स बेटर टू एग्जिट purely based on short term trend. So I think that is what my technical view would be for this stock. Yeah, so auto numbers are keenly, I think we can expect some GST rate cut impact in the definitely in the October numbers. So that is something that the markets will be keenly looking at. Yeah, it will be interesting. Perfect. So which sectors can lead the quarter? Like I said, it's uh, so some of the names that have done well for this particular or some of the names that can do well. One is your auto space, then you have infra space, then you have pharma, healthcare space, IT. These are some of the strong counters. Even your financial services sector. So avoid FMCG, avoid realty, avoid media, avoid CPSE, PSC. These are some of the sectors that can underperform. Ramnik ji is asking for Sirma, CG, SGS. Sirma is good, but I feel it needs to go above the 912 mark. I think the next move for Sirma will come only when, or either 870 needs to cross 870 first, followed by that, followed by 915 later. I think once we get a breakout above 915, then chances are that Sirma SGS can move up higher. Lumax Industries. Lumax Industries is good. I think any move above 5,785, 5,800, that can be positive. The overall trend is positive. I think with immediate support is placed at 5,300, 5,320 levels. See, LG Electronics is good for long term. LG Electronics India very मतलब इतना डेटा है नहीं जिससे मैं आपको एक टेक्निकल व्यू दे पाऊँ. But LG Electronic, if you already have, I think you can hold it for the long term. I think even for studs, you can read our IPO note on SBI Securities website, guys. So there is a detailed information that you will get it on the website. And I think that is something that, you can consider. Because it will be very difficult for me to talk about these stocks based on technicals because there is insufficient data that is available on the charts. If I look at NBCC, so NBCC again, it's consolidating. We need a breakout above 119, 120. So around 112, is a strong support for the stock. So guys, for all the IPO views that you're talking about, you can visit SBI Securities. So I'll show you from where you can access these reports because very difficult for me to talk about or give a view about that stock based on technicals. So you can go to SBI Securities, click on fundamental research. Under fundamental research, you will see IPO notes. There you will see for Sudeep Pharma, you can even see for all the IPO. So you can look for LG Electronics and even for STUD. So you can view this PDF, guys. I think this, PDF will kind of help you decide what should be your long-term view for these particular counters. Okay, I'll just take one couple of names. So Hudco again, Hudco, I think once it breaks out about 245, 246, that is when we can expect Hudco to move up higher. Current support is around 227, so you can continue holding with that support. Okay, so I guess that's all from today's session. I hope it was informative. So this was the last trading session for the week. So we and that is also the last trading day for November. So we head into the last month for 2025 on Monday. So we can have a couple of days off, and we meet on 1st of December, guys. And I'll see you at 12:30 on Monday. That is on the 1st of December. Until then, take care, stay safe, and have a happy weekend. And go well, guys. Take care.